Hi. So yesterday I mentioned if you're thinking about addressing resilience in the workplace, there's a precursor. I talked about the predicament and I've talked about the parameters you can use to put the right solution in place, but there's a precursor to all that before you waste any of your money. And that's about removing the mental health stigma. Now, people with low resilience may suffer from a number of things: stress, anxiety, depression, lack of self-esteem, and on and on. They are mental health conditions. And when there's a stigma around those conditions, which means someone is looked at unfairly, they're discriminated against, they're considered not fit to do their job, and there's various repercussions. When that stigma exists in the workplace, people are not going to reach out for help. They're not going to want to admit that they have a mental health condition. And therefore all the support mechanisms you put in place are a waste of time, because no one's going to use them because the stigma exists. And I want you to read a list of some of the things from Comcare. Comcare is an Australian government agency, and they've said that, you know, stigma in the workplace can lead to discriminatory behaviour for workers that have or had mental health conditions, exclude workers from work activities and promotion, prevent those with experiences of mental health from feeling safe to speak about it and seek support, lead to absenteeism, decreased productivity, social withdrawal, and make the recovery and return to work even harder. And in this week's newsletter, I've put a link to a video from Black Dog Institute. And in the video, it says 1 in 6 Australians, the working population, is suffering from a diagnosable mental health condition right now. 50% of managers don't believe there's anyone in the workforce with a mental health condition. 50%. There's your problem. And less than 40% of people affected will seek medical help. And there was also a survey conducted by an organisation called Way Ahead in Australia a few years ago, and it highlighted how this stigma is a self-perpetuating issue. It revealed that 1 in 7 respondents would conceal their mental health condition from their employer because of fear of discrimination. So therefore, until you remove that stigma, even the best intending person in the organisation will not be able to help someone who's suffering, because they won't know they're suffering because they're not going to tell you. So employers will remain unaware. And I've worked with many leadership teams who, you know, boast about, oh, we've got mental health first aiders. And I went, great. And what are you doing to remove the stigma of mental health in the organisation? Often met by blank stares and silence. No one's going to reach out to your mental health first aiders if there's fear of discrimination and repercussion of saying they have a mental health condition. So before you do anything else, remove the stigma.